hair, though. Gosh. Goodness. Tell you what. I will tell you what. Sharing. Hi, Lisa. Did you miss me? Of course, it's me fucking with my hair. Why not? Hi. Hi, Elspeth. Did you miss me? Hi, Teresa. Hi, Josh. Hi, Kim. Hi, Peggy. I had such a beautiful visit with my children. I love them so very much, and I miss them already so much. Absolutely miss them so much. But life goes on. And I have to, well, let's tell you about what happened. Of course, nothing goes the way I want it to most of the time. Because I'm not consciously manifesting things. I just kind of let life happen and then I respond, which I need to stop doing that. I need to start creating the timeline that I want because I drove 6.5 hours to Denver to pick up my children from the airport the next morning. And I went to the airport. I took the shuttle to the airport. It was cheaper. Pick up the kids, go back to the hotel, get in my car, start driving, get an hour outside of Denver. My car overheats. Gotta call a tow, bring it to a shop. My heater core broke. It's $1,400 plus Freon. So that happened. And that was pretty much all the money I had to show my kids a good time while they were visiting on vacation. And so I was not a happy camper at all. Um, so we're like, okay, so can you have it done by Tuesday when I have to come back to Denver to get my kids to the airport? Yep, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, we try to rent a car last Wednesday. No rentals available till the next day. So we had to stay another night. We had to stay in Denver. Next day, I don't have a credit card with me because I was just expecting a day trip. I didn't even bring a change of clothes. I put my debit card and my identification in my pocket, and I brought my toothbrush and my deck of cards, and I left to Denver. I was not expecting all of this. So we spend another night, and then I have trouble. None of the kids have credit cards, because young people don't feel like they need credit cards. So I'm trying. I'm having a hard time finding a car, and then I'm having a hard time getting a car because I don't have a credit card and my license is out of state. So then I finally have to put a ridiculous deposit for this rental car. I ended up paying over $600 for a rental car. So keep the running total. So we drive here, and I'm sad, and now I'm full of anxiety because my car is 2 states away, getting worked on, and I'm here trying to show my kids a good time in South Dakota. They've never really been. My daughter helped us move here, but immediately went back. She didn't get to explore. So my kids ended up paying for most of everything we did. I paid for a little bit of stuff, and then they pay, and I'm grateful that they were able to do that. I really wanted to show them a good time, but we really enjoyed each other's company. It was so wonderful to have them here. Like, absolutely missed them so very much. So then I wake up this morning because the kids don't want me to have to drive 13 hours in a day. So they got an Airbnb in Denver today, and then they leave tomorrow afternoon. So they said, well, we'll drive today and then we'll catch the flight, and then you can drive back tomorrow, break it up. Okay, great. I called the mechanic this morning and I'm like, hey, I'm checking on my car. Yeah, it's not ready. It's not going to be ready till Thursday, maybe. And I was like, no, 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 no. You told me that it would be ready Tuesday. You told me that. And they were like, oh no, we had to order the heater core out of Aurora, Illinois. We're not getting it till today. And I was like, okay. So then we had to change the plan again. So the kids took the rental car and drove to Denver, and I am here, and I have to get another rental car Thursday or Friday or whenever I hear that it's done. I'm not going to go until my car is done because that's just silly. I don't want to get stuck there again. But I have to get another rental car because I don't have anyone here. 12 hours for me. So I have to get another rental car, drive it to Denver, leave it there, get an Uber to the car's place, get my car, and drive home. So that's what's going on with me. How are all of you? So here I am at home. I'm just going to pretend like I'm doing it by choice, being in my house without a vehicle. I'm going to pretend it's winter time, which is just around the corner. And I don't want to leave the house because it's cold outside. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pretend. But here we are, and we're going to do some readings because Mama's got to get her car. I missed you guys. I thought about you guys quite a bit over the last week, and I was like, I wonder how everybody's doing without me in the world. I don't know. But here, I wanted to tell all of you how things have been for me. And aside from seeing my beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, lovely, wonderful children who I adore, 100% adore. All they wanted was for me to cook them dinner every night. They were like, Mom, can you make this? Mom, can you make this? Mom, can you make this? And I was like, of course. Let me cook for you, my babies. I wanted them, I was hoping, that I could show them all the beautiful things in South Dakota and they would want to move. So they loved everything. They thought it was all swell other than the chaos of the broken car. And and I felt terrible because Emma was home. I left while she was at school Tuesday afternoon, so she was here by the night. I was supposed to be back by the time she got home from school the next day, and we ended up marooned in Denver for another day, and I just felt terrible. I didn't know you had kids in adulthood. Do they all live in separate states? No, we were all in Texas, and then I moved. We were all in Texas. Yeah, I've got beautiful children. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you a picture of my beautiful babies. So let's see here. So here's my kiddos. Okay, there's Emma here. This you know what Emma looks like. Here's Emma. And this is Mitchell. He's my oldest. And this is Madeline, and she's my middle. Okay. Mitchell is 28 and Madeline is 25 and Emma is 12. And those are my babies. Aren't they beautiful? Look how beautiful they are. Aren't they beautiful? So it's Mitchell, Madeline, and Emma. Everybody calls her Maddie. I do not call her Maddie. I call her Madeline because that is the name that I gave her when she was born. So they're fun. They're fun. They wanted to do goofy. I was like, let's do a goofy picture. But yeah, so that's what happened, and it was a beautiful, wonderful visit. We all get along so well, and we played games, and we just had a great time, and it was lovely. It's actually it's spelled like the restaurant La Madeleine. Spell it for you. So this is how you spell her name. Her name is Madeline Josephine, and I figured she could go by MJ or Maddie Joe or anything like that. If she wanted to, both my older two kids have the exact same initials. I'm like, you could share monogram towels. It was a joke. But that's my babies. My babies, I love them so much. And yeah, I have Emma, Mitchell, and Madeline. And Mitchell goes by Mitch or Mitchie or Mitchell. But those are the names I gave them. So that's my baby. She's like the restaurant La Madeleine. That's spelled the same way. Oh, I have a coffee. Well, we did do the tourist thing though. We did. We ended up uh, we skipped the Devil's Tower, which is a really cool place, but we went up through Spearfish Canyon, checked out all the waterfalls there because it's absolutely gorgeous. That's where I lost my phone. Um, that's another thing. I lost my phone. I left my phone in a bathroom. Um, we did that. We went down to the Hot Springs, South Dakota. We went down there and we hung out in the mineral fed hot springs there. And then we went to Mount Rushmore, brought the kids to Mount Rushmore. We really enjoyed that. That's we pretty much just had 3 days. Oh, and then we went to the Stained concert. The Stained concert was amazing. Amazing. I loved it. The Stained concert was so, so good. But yeah, I left my phone in a bathroom. Denver's awesome. Yeah, my daughter is training under a mechanic to be a mechanic. And the shop that we brought my car to offered her a job. Um, and I was like, hey, 6 hours is closer than 22. So yeah, move to Denver. And her partner has works for a company that has properties in Denver, so they're thinking about it. They're really thinking about moving to Denver. They both really like Denver, and so it's just I'm just crossing my fingers. Hi, Ronald. How are you? We're here to do some readings tonight because I've got more car problems that I have to pay for. My car broke down outside of Denver when I went to get my kids at the airport. So you had a rainbow. Oh, I love rainbows. They're so beautiful. You ever just like look at them and think, how? That's pretty much what I think every time. How is that possible that it's not there all the time? Doesn't it feel like it's there? You're swell? I'm swell, I guess. I thought I was the only one that said swell. Yeah, I got some pictures of the Rocky Mountains as I was driving in to get my babies. I was on the highway, of course, but me see if you can. Here's the Rocky Mountains. Whoop. Got some pictures of the Rocky Mountains while I was driving. I know it's dangerous, but it was very smoky and you couldn't really see them that well. But I was like, oh, look, it's the Rocky Mountains. Now I can say that I've seen those because I had not, you know. But yeah, it was quite a fun-filled, adventurous little vacation with my babies. And I was so, so, so happy to see them. How are you been a while? My Venmo is suspended and I do not know why. Oh my, Ronald. Oh my. Why do companies have to be so stupid? I don't know. Hi, Melanie. Okay, let's see what we got for you. I'm going to write your name down. And share out if you're kind, guys. Share out if you're kind. It was so stupid. I'm so glad I accept a lot of different payment options just in case one decides to be weird like that. You know, they did that to my son. The first time he used PayPal, he sent his sister for money he owed her, like $800, and they clogged it up forever. You know, they were like, nope, you can't do this. The first time you use PayPal, you have to do like tiny transactions or something. I don't know, but it just it was a pain in the butt for them, you know. So yeah, crazy. All right, so let's see what we have for Melanie. I'm hearing an old song in my head. Do you know that song, Sister Christian, Melanie? You know, I have Zelle, Troy. I'm doing readings tonight for $25, Diana. There's 4 different ways to make I think 4 different ways to make a donation in the description box. Let me check and see. Did I put? Yep, there's 4 different ways to make a donation in the description box. Okay, so I'm hearing that song. So I don't know if this is somebody that passed for you that loved old rock and roll, but I'm hearing Sister Christian. I'm hearing the lyrics, Sister Christian, know the time has come, and you know you're not the only one to say okay. But you okay. Stop it. Not once over the past week have they scratched to get in that closet. I kid you not. Little turds. I don't know who sings that song. Anyone have any idea who sings Sister Christian? Is that the name of the song? Probably not. So this would be a man. All right, this is a man. And I'm feeling a lot of knee pain, so I'm not sure if he had injured his knee or had like like knee swelling, knee issues, a limp. Night Ranger. Thank you, Lainey. Thank you, Ronald. You guys are awesome. I'm going to write that down, Night Ranger. Man, sometimes I just get brain farts. It's almost before my time. The readings are $25, Diana. All the information is in the description box of the video. Just click on my face and click on more. Melanie, who do you have that like walked with a limp or had I know I was still young when that happened, and I was listening to Motley Crue. I think I was in a different this is going to be an older gentleman. Why the song though? So we're going to look up the lyrics. Okay. All right, I'll look up the lyrics. It's night. Lyrics. Where are you going? What you looking for? You know those boys don't want to play no more with you. Oh. I don't know, Ronald. I don't know. So this song is pretty much about being single and looking for Mr. Right, isn't it? Let me just make sure I'm doing that right. It's about growing up too fast and putting it gives her stuff away, and now nobody wants her because she's in Scarlet. Okay, so it's about a woman looking in all the wrong places for love, pretty much. And I just Diane, honey, Elspeth, help her, please, um, because I've already said twice now how to do this. So I'm not getting mad at you. I promise I'm not getting mad. I just have a personal issue with repeating myself. It is not you, it's me. It's my trigger. It has nothing to do with you. That's why I'm asking Elspeth to help you, because this way I won't be triggered. So it's not you, it's me. It's me. We're just going to do Melanie's reading. So, Melanie, I don't know if this resonates with you about looking for love in all the wrong places and not valuing yourself enough. All right, even if it's not, in a sexual way, but like tolerating less respect than you deserve from people, and feeling just feeling like it's okay, feeling like people give you what you deserve, and feeling like you don't deserve as much as everyone else. Now I personally know that that's really a hard cycle to get out of. Okay, it's a hard cycle to get out of, and but we all deserve more than we possibly know, and that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, it takes giving to yourself and loving yourself like you would love your favorite person, to get to a point where you're like, wait a minute, I was settling for this, totally waiting patiently. Okay, good. And I feel like with this message coming about love and relationships, that I want you to truly kind of look at what you think you deserve at this point, right? So I was telling my kids the other day when I was frustrated about everything happening in my life, and I just have myself because I'm very single. I'm like, it's kind of like a 51 to 49% uh, situation for me where it's like I'm totally and completely okay by myself. Don't need a relationship, don't want something less than I deserve. But then that 49% of me is like, man, it sure would be nice to have somebody to lean on in this kind of situation, at least like mentally, emotionally. You know what I mean? Um, so it's that kind of like, what are you looking for? Is what the song really is about. Like, what are you really looking for? What do you want? And if we're not trying to figure that out, then what are we actually doing? You know, if we're just kind of waiting patiently for Mr. Right, but what is Mr. Right? What is that to you? Is it somebody who will make you laugh? Is it somebody who's very affectionate and loving or not? Is it somebody that will financially support you or not? Like, what does it mean to you? I don't see any description. Okay. Elspeth, could you just list the stuff for her, please? I appreciate you. Um, so it's just a matter of, yes, we're patiently waiting, right? But for what? What are you waiting for? Because I feel like right now, where we're at right now, collectively, in this energy that we're at right now, and I've made this mistake myself over this past week, and I said that, like, man, I've just been letting things happen instead of consciously manifesting what I want to happen. um, what do you want to happen? How do you want to meet this person that's just right for you? Like, what do you want your relationship to look like? How do you want to feel in that relationship other than like feeling loved? Like, how do you want to feel? I want to feel honored. I want to feel cherished, personally. I want to feel like this person can't go an entire day um, without talking to me because they value me so much. They value um, the connection. Do you know what I mean? So I really, with that message that I got from this older gentleman, and he's telling me he's a vet. So so I don't know who you have that was a military veteran in your family, an older man, short white hair, could have been a smaller man. Um, Goodbye, Diana. Have a great night. Um, could have been a smaller man, but like he's making me feel like he had problems with his knee. Like swelling with the knee, a lot of pain in the knee. He could have had an injury during service, but it just feels to me like uh, there's an issue there. But he's telling me, he's like, what are you looking for? What do you want? And I think that if we spend some time really thinking about that. Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much. That was all the local places where I live. But if you start thinking about Melanie, like envisioning, okay, because we know that our mind creates our reality. That is this projection of energy. Our mind creates our reality, and when we're not creating, we're allowing that reality to be created for us. So sure, you can step back and wait for the perfect person to come into your life, but you can also help create that by knowing what you want that perfect person to embody, what you would prefer they look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to spend a little bit of time searching your heart, okay? Just searching your heart, All right. And do you understand who this person was that came through for you? It's an older man, and he's kind of on the short side. Now, mind you, I'm 5'9", so he's going to be shorter than me. And he's a military veteran. He's coming to me in a green button-down shirt. What is the green? Is that the Army? Green military uniform. This looks like it was World War II. Okay? World War II, something like this. Okay? You're not sure. Okay, that's fine. If any initial C, camo? No, it wasn't camo, Peggy. C, like Charles, Charlie, Charles C. Okay, so he's also telling me, if at any point that you have like kind of cared for older people, like an assisted living facility or a senior residence, nursing where people pass away. What is this? No, your fan. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm telling her that, but he wants you to know that he is your family. Not a direct descendant, but he is your family. Okay? Why, Charlie? So I don't know if you have older relatives that you could ask about this. Like, do we have somebody who was in World War II that passed? That had a knee injury, knee pain, lost the bottom part of his leg, perhaps, as some type of an amputee. You know what I'm saying? So just you can ask if you have older relatives, ask your parents if their parents or an uncle or something was in World War II. World War II is like they would be like 100 years old if they were still alive. They would be a little over 100. So most of them most of them have passed. Okay? Most of them have passed and they're all, "Hi Kelsey. I love your name. Oh, you have the most beautiful Kelsey. You've got the most beautiful energy. Oh my gosh, you are literally the sweetest person. Kelsey, I don't think you realize how much people love you, Kelsey. I feel like you have a lot of I feel like you have a lot of self-doubt, and I feel like you have a lot of anxiety, that ADHD brain where you're just constantly overthinking. But I don't think you realize how much everybody around you just loves you so much. You're just like such a beautiful energy. Okay? And they wanted me to tell you that. All right, they want to, yes, you. Yes, you. I love that little face it makes. Me? Yes, you. And Spirit wanted me to let you know that, sometimes that she just thinks that she's a pain in the ass, and sometimes she thinks that she annoys people, but really they just love her. They just love her because they just show me you have such a beautiful smile. You can be very bubbly sometimes, and it's that kind of contagious energy that really just that people just love about you. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for popping on and bringing your energy. It's so sweet, Kelsey. Cheyenne, we're doing messages. We're doing psychic readings tonight. So whatever the universe is telling me that I need to tell you, that is what we're doing. Hi, Jim. How are you? So that's what we're doing tonight. Okay, we're doing whatever the universe is telling me to tell you. The universe is telling me to drink this coffee. I was joking about that. I'm just telling myself to drink this coffee because it's getting very cold. Oh, man. Cheyenne, how are you? How's your baby? How's your baby? Kelsey, I don't know. I can't see what you did. Goodness. How's your little baby? It's terrible Scottish accent. How's your little baby? No, just no, Misty, stop it. So, you know how like the younger generation, I'm 47, by the way. You know how the younger generation has all these things that they say, these little things that they say. Well, my daughter's partner was on the phone with one of their friends. Hi, Shannon. With one of their friends, and we're all just sitting around, and they're on the phone, and all of a sudden, he's like, "I hate it here," and I just look, and I'm like, "I hate it here." My feelings were hurt, and I was like, "He's not having a good time. He's not having fun." And then I looked down at his backpack, and he's got a pin on his backpack that says, "I hate it here." And I was like, "Oh, like that." Okay, it's not a real "I hate it here." It's just something that generation says. And I've said it a few times. I hate it here. Like when things aren't working out. And their friend was actually having some difficulties, and that's why he was like, "I hate it here." Anyways, I thought it was so funny. At first, like my feelings were hurt, like, "Oh, you hate it here?" And then and then everything was, but I'm just old and I don't get the lingo, apparently, and that's okay. So, but I had such a great time with them. Oh, yes, babies. I love babies. I want to have babies, but I'm not pressuring my children to have babies. From what I understand, children don't like to be pressured to have children. Even though they're 25 and 28, I've, I've been told that sometimes that's not okay. So, anyway, but I thought it was really funny, that I like misinterpreted that. I go, "Oh, you hate it here?" Dork. Oh, thank you, Elspeth. Hi, Julie. Oh my gosh, Cindy, how exciting! Oh my gosh. I tell you what, when my kids do have grandbabies, I'm moving in. Not not that I don't for a little while too, so they can get sleep and stuff. And I will be the grandma that comes and helps with the baby, whatever they need from me. If they need me to make them dinner, if they need me to do their laundry, whatever they need to help become new parents. You're 63 and you're getting your first grandbaby. How exciting, though. I'm the world's slowest typer. Just today, Elspeth, it's okay. We love you. It's okay. Oh my gosh. I honestly, my babies, oh, look, truth time. You know how some babies are so cute and some babies are kind of look like old people reincarnated. My babies were so flippin' beautiful, and I know I had bias because they were my babies, but everyone would tell me that everywhere I go. "Oh my God, your baby's so cute." Everywhere I go, especially with Emma. Oh my God, with Emma, people were constantly talking about her eyes all the time from the time she was born. "Oh my God, look at her eyes." I mean, she's got galaxy eyes like me, and so, like, honestly, her eyes are absolutely gorgeous, you know? And it was just, I swear, um, I can't wait to see the babies they make. You know, Cindy, all three of my babies were adorable. Your grandbaby's going to be so flippin' cute, you know? So flipping cute. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to see grandbabies and but I'm not pressuring them. I was told. I was told that it's not cool for people to pressure their kids to have kids. And I'm like, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a huge responsibility. An absolutely huge responsibility. They both want to have children. My daughter wants to have children within the next 5 years. My son, my son he wants to have children. He wants to do all the dad things and be a great parent. So, whatever works at their own pace. We all think ours are the best. I know. They were so gosh darn cute though. You know what? I'll find some baby pictures. My Facebook, I was an idiot when I had my Facebook. I had it for like 15 years and I used to use it as storage because your phones die, you run out of room on the SD cards, you lose the SD cards. So I used to post pictures that I wanted to keep on my Facebook. I think a lot of people do that, use it as an external storage or whatever, because Facebook was around before the cloud. So I was doing that, and then they deleted my Facebook in 2020, and I lost. Oh my God! Talk about depression. I was distraught. I was absolutely distraught. I lost all the pictures of Emma as a baby, all the pictures of my kids that I had on there. I mean, I was just distraught. Just out of nowhere, they deleted me and they wouldn't let me get my profile back. And I was super sad. So I don't do that anymore. I don't use Facebook as a storage facility. But yeah, it's my daughter carrying the baby, and her wife and her had been trying for the last 4 years. She went through a lot, but was donated 7 embryos, and only one was a girl. I expect a boy soon after. Oh, yes, yes. Diane, I don't understand. Poor people here waiting for a reading. Who? Who has donated for a reading that is waiting for a reading, Diane? Do you not understand that these are not free readings? I did say that they are $25. I explained that to you. And I explained to you that there was 4 different ways to pay in the description box. And then when you couldn't find the description box and you said you couldn't see a description box, Elspeth was sweet enough to post all that information for you in the comments section. Right here at 7:31. Did you make a donation? Are you waiting for a reading? Or are you talking about other people? Because I don't have anybody else waiting for a reading right now. And we do like to talk to each other here. It's not just all work. These are people that have been following me for a long time. Hi, Alexandra. Oh my gosh, I love that name, first of all. Okay, look, Alexandra, stop it right now. Look, if I was going to have another baby, I was going to name that baby Alexandra or Alexander if it was a boy. I'm not even joking. Not even joking. Holy moly. That's so crazy. I love your name. I want to make a donation, but I cannot find you on Cash App. Did you put a 2 at the end? Did you put a 2 because there's a 2? I figured I would make them all match my new Facebook that I had to make in 2020. It's not Misty the Medium anymore. It's Misty the Medium 2. Okay. So here is me, Misty the Medium 2. Okay. And Elspeth was nice enough to share that in the comments, but if you just came in, you might not have seen it. Okay. Well, that's weird. Did you find my face? Misty Lynn, Misty the Medium 2. Pew, pew, pew. But anyways, yeah. So, oh my gosh, y'all. I just love that name, Alex. I really do. I love your name. That's so great. Hi, Nathan. I was fortunate enough to meet Nathan and his wife when I was marooned. It's an AKA's professional Elena Lee. Grandma can spell. Oh goodness, that is so funny. As a professional, I love it. I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it so much. Anyways, I was fortunate enough to meet Nathan and his absolutely beautiful, serene wife. She has just the chillest, coolest energy. Um, Absolutely loved meeting y'all, having dinner with y'all. You guys are so wonderful. They invited me to dinner when I was stuck in Fort Collins. They invited me to dinner and we sat down and we had some really delicious Mexican food and great conversation. And thank you so much. I'm so happy I was able to. I love meeting my viewers. You've been watching me for what, like 3 years now, Nathan? I don't, 3, 4 years. I love meeting the viewers because we become like a family. We get so close. We're like family, and I really love y'all so much for hanging in there with me through the thick and the thin. And so now it's great. Like 5 years. It's been a long time. Well, hopefully it won't take me 5 years to meet all of you. But it was definitely worth the wait. I think you guys are awesome, super amazing people. Okay, Paula? Did I say your name right? Paula? Paula's watching on YouTube. A little bit of a lag on YouTube because YouTube doesn't have as many viewers as on Facebook because we're live streaming to both places right now. Okay. Oh, you're having a rough day? No way. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Angie. I love you guys. How are you? It's my first day back since my children visited. I was so sad to see them go today. I had a good cry. I'm not going to lie. They walked out the door after long, lovely hugs and I love yous, and they walked out the door, and I just sat in my recliner and bawled my eyeballs out because I'm like, when am I going to see them again? They're going back to Texas. It had been 11 months since I saw them, and I was like, I was distraught. I let it all out, and then I had a nap. I never nap. I had a nap, and I woke up, and I was like, okay, I have to get back to living, which I expect in love for the month of November. All right, let me look. It was a wonderful time. I am too, Nathan. I'm so happy. I'm so happy we got to meet. I really am. You guys are so great. Okay. Month of November. I'm not sure if you're in a relationship now. Are you currently in a relationship, Paula? Because I'm hearing something about simple communication difficulties, like having problems communicating yourself, or a glitch in the communication process where even if you're saying something in the most simple way, the other person isn't receiving it that way. Okay, so it's coming out more complicated than you're meaning it to be, or just a completely different meaning than what you intend. So there will be some communication issues as far as love is concerned in November. I feel like we have plans. I feel like we have plans for somebody. Yes, you're in a relationship. I think we have plans to meet with somebody, or after us, like a separation, or like some kind of, I don't know if this is like a deployment. I don't know. It just feels like it's been a long time since we've seen each other, but it just feels like there's some kind of communication problem. Um, I don't know if this is a soldier that you're dealing with, or if this is like your spouse and they are like deployed, or if it's somebody that you met that is deployed. or somebody that lives in a different country. I'm getting the feeling he's in the army. Okay. I'm getting the impression from this energy because I'm hearing boots on the ground. So I'm just feeling like this person's in the military. And I almost, just, because I'm hearing about papers, some kind of papers, like walking papers, uh, like, um, like their military career is done or finished, completed. It doesn't feel like it's just. Um, I really don't know the lingo. It doesn't feel like it's just a short stay and then they're going back out again. It feels like they're going to be done. Like their tour, their time uh, will be up. Does that make sense to you? Okay, and so it just feels very permanent. But I honestly think that this person wants to relocate. I don't think they like I don't think they like where they live. I think they want to. Yes, he told you. He told you. Okay. I don't think they like where they live. I feel like they want to move or relocate. You live somewhere else? Did you meet on? Because it feels like they want to relocate to. And I'm seeing like San Francisco Bridge or something. Like it just feels like big city by ocean. So I don't know if that's to you, but it's somewhere where it's where water and meet, and there's like a big bridge. It could even be the George Washington Bridge. I'm not getting that feeling. I'm getting a very California vibe from here. Okay. Yeah, Elspeth, I'll do that for you. Just 1 second. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me just find that real quick so Elspeth doesn't have to. Thank you. Boop. There you go, Elspeth. He lives in Washington. Okay. So what I was seeing was more like the Golden Gate Bridge. So I don't know if he wants to move to California. If you live in California, if you live somewhere where there's water, but I'm guessing I'm feeling very California vibes here. You live in Texas. Well, that's lovely. I used to live in Texas. I moved away a year ago. He lives in Washington currently. I don't know if it's just something he wants to do. Maybe he wants to travel around the country. Maybe he wants to see stuff like that. Maybe he wants to see the Golden Gate Bridge. Maybe he wants to go to Niagara Falls and travel in his own country for a change. I'm not really sure. But I am seeing like a dotted line coming down from Washington and going, and I just feel like it would be a road trip for him, several spots along the way. Okay. Hi, Nadia. Thank you for viewing. So, but I do want you to be careful with the communication. Okay. I do feel like there's going to be a little bit of miscommunication or misconstrued, like something you said or something he said is going to be misconstrued. Um, I do want to say that sometimes it takes a while to learn people's communication style in person, especially if you've only been able to talk over the phone or over text message all this time because he's in the military. Okay. Will this be a successful relationship for a time? I feel like it will be a successful relationship. How long? Can't really say. That just depends on how difficult it is to get onto the same page between the both of you. Okay? Right. Okay, Kat. It's good to see you. Thank you for watching. Um, getting on the same page. I don't know. I kind of feel like he wants to travel. I kind of feel like he wants to, he's finally got his freedom um, from the military, and he's going to want to travel a little bit and kind of sow his oats, so to speak, in a way. And so, if you can't do that with him, I think he's still going to want to do that. Okay. Um, just what I'm seeing, but hopefully you can go with him and have a good time. But that's what I have for you, Paula. I hope that helps with some clarity for November, that things will be, I don't know how long they'll work out, but they will work out for you. Okay. How wonderful. I hope you find a lot of happiness together. That would be swell. Fun times. Boopity boopity boop 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 boop. You're welcome, Paula. Thank you for joining, and thank you for watching on YouTube. I wish more people would watch on YouTube. You know, hold that thought, Alex. How are you doing, Angie? You're stressed. I'm sorry you're stressed. I'm so sorry to hear that. Stressing about the future. The future. My phone's being silly. Oh, goodness. That's right. The future can worry about itself. You're right, Stuart. Great name. I like the way your name is spelt, Stuart Maxwell Brown. But, anyways, I love seeing all these new faces. That makes me happy. That means that I'm not shadow banned currently, which is always good news, because you never know with the book of faces whether or not they will allow you to reach people or not. Oh, you're welcome. How to deal with with a gin? What is that? I'm Googling. Oh, I see what you're saying. I feel like we are more intelligent than a djinn is an intelligent spirit of lower rank than the angels, able to appear in human and animal forms and to possess humans. So if you're dealing with My bank be censored and restricted. I understand. I like your question, so I'm going to answer it. If you're dealing with possession of some type, and the way that we know that we're dealing with possession of some way or type is if we are making irrational, erratic, or emotional decisions that go against our basic character and personality, right? So if you are acting in a way that is hostile, angry, impetuous, petty, any of those lower vibrational energies, you could have some type of energy controlling you in some way. Usually they control through your crown chakra or your thoughts, which is where people are very vulnerable most of the time. And if you do have something that is possessing you or controlling you or uh, affecting your thought process choices, some people call them intrusive thoughts. If you do have something like that happening for you, I suggest you go in front of a mirror. And while you are in front of the mirror, stare into your eyes, lock onto the pupils of your eyes. Do not look away from the pupils of your eyes. Look into your soul and see what is in there and tell it to get out. Okay, you can say, I do not give you permission to be here. I do not give you permission to be in my personal space and my energy. Please leave. And you just keep saying that. You keep that type of monologue while you have made contact with the pupils or the seat of your soul where things reside. All right. And you just say, you're not welcome here. Get out. You don't have my permission to be in my personal space. Because anything inside of your physical avatar where your soul is residing is your personal space. You know, your aura, your personal space, that is yours. You have free will. That is the one thing that cannot be taken from you. um, it is yours to decide what's in your personal space. So you do that. Remove it. You know, it will, when you decide what you will and will not allow inside your personal space, nothing can go against that. Okay, so do that as often as you need to do that, and then you make your space holy, make your residence holy, make your home holy, make it, set intentions and boundaries in your space as to what you allow in your space, what is welcome there, what is not welcome there, because it's yours. Okay, that is the best advice that I can give you, Stuart. Okay, good luck with that. Oh, look at you putting a down payment on a freezer. Go, Elspeth. Go, Elspeth. Go, Elspeth. Oh, look. I'm telling you, I was saying to Emma tonight, this friggin' car, I swear, like this friggin' car. I love it so much. I love the way it handles. I love the way it drives. But it just keeps giving me so much stress, financial stress. Like things keep happening. And it's just ridiculous. You're welcome, Stuart. Good luck to you. I love watching you. Makes me so relaxed. Yay, Sheila. I'm so happy to help you. Do you have anxiety? Sheila does deal with anxiety and occasional bouts of depression, and I understand that, Sheila. I get it. It happens. It happens to a lot of people. Then we are just kind of become very overwhelmed, right? We become very overwhelmed with our situation. And what anxiety is thinking about, and I did it to myself too. When I was stressed out about spending another night in Denver, when my car broke down and my daughter was here at home 6 hours away, I was very overwhelmed and stressed about it. And I was like, man, I would just like the what if situations. What if I can't get a car? What if, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And I just was putting myself too far into the future tense. And there's infinite possibilities in the future. Of course, you're going to get overwhelmed when you put yourself in a time frame that is not in the present moment. Okay? We get very overwhelmed because there are infinite possibilities and it's so easy to get lost in them, you know, especially when we're thinking about the negative aspect of things that could possibly happen, right? Um, we don't recommend medications here, Stuart. We're not doctors. We're not doctors. Okay, so we don't make recommendations. I am a medical medium. I will possibly suggest a holistic, non-chemical thing like ashwagandha is really good for anxiety, and that's an all-natural supplement you can buy at the grocery store or the health food store that is not going to permanently alter your brain chemistry. Okay, Stuart. But anyway, so Sheila, when that happened to me, and I was on my way to the car rental place, and I was like, this is my last shot, right? This is my last shot. I'm on my way to the car rental place. I started stressing about what if I can't get this car, blah, 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 because I had an out of state license. There were so many hoops to jump through. Um, and I started feeling the anxiety. I started feeling hot and nauseous, and I'm like, I'm about to have a panic attack. I'm very aware of myself, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put the window down. I'm gonna breathe the fresh air for a second, and I'm gonna tell myself that I'm okay, that everything is okay right now. And I did that. I'm okay right now. Everything's okay right now. Everything's okay. Everything is perfect right now. Everything is wonderful. Everything is fine. And the panic attack went away. I stopped thinking about what might or might not happen. We went to the car rental place and they rented me a car. So it worked out. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't spend all of your time stressing about the possibilities of the future. You lose what's going on with you now. You lose the opportunities to enjoy what's happening in your life, even if it's not enjoyable. You lose the opportunities to experience the extremes that you are here to experience in your soul journey. And God forbid you don't pay close enough attention to what you're feeling and what you're going through in every possible aspect of it, and you have to do it again. I mean, I don't recommend that. So if you're having a horrible time, have the worst time you could possibly have, and just feel every bit of it, and store it away in your memory, and then go on with your life. Kia Harris, I've paid. It's been a while. Hope you are well. Just wondering what the guys have to say for me. Oh, how are you, sweetheart? Let's see, where are we at? PayPal's? Oh my gosh. So let's see what we have for you, darling. But that's just a little handy dandy message for you, dear. Okay. What do the guides have to say for? Let's see. Okay. So I'm not sure who this concerns in your life, or if this is just a habit that you have. But they're talking about gossip. They're talking about other people, spreading information, talking about other people, telling people what's going on with these people or that people. Um, I guess I kind of did it today. I had a phone call with somebody that told me that their child was in a horrible medical accident, and now they're quadriplegic. And I was just so shocked. I got off the phone and told my daughter, because they also know that person. So that is actually gossip. That's gossip because it was something that was told to me that, first of all, I didn't get permission from the person to tell anybody else, and it's none of their business. So what I'm hearing from them, first of all, and they're giving me a lot of pain in the head right here. So I'm not sure if you've been dealing with headaches, migraines, head pain, stress or allergies, because your sinus is right here as well. But this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot of constricting pain across the forehead. So I don't know if that's something that you're dealing with right now, sweets. Um, but first of all, they want to talk about gossip or talking about other people, spreading information, whether it be true or not true. Um, this feels like this is feels like something that they want to talk to you about, that they want you to make sure that you're not putting yourself in harm's way, is what I heard. Not putting yourself in harm's way by talking about people, sharing information about people that they don't want shared. Okay, feels very specific. Okay, so it might just be one person. Perhaps it's somebody that you are not um, in a good relationship with right now, or possibly an ex. Um, but it just feels like I'm talking, spreading rumors, talking trash, um, talking bad about someone. I don't know who this is that they're talking about, but this is what they're telling me, honey. You don't want to put yourself in harm's way. Hmm. Okay, so I've given her that message. What else does she need to know, please? Praying. Okay, praying, praying. So they want to remind you that praying is something you should be doing every day, or communing with whatever it is that you believe in. Okay, so whatever God you follow, or religion, or spiritual or non spiritual, you should be at least having conversations um, with your higher self about um, things, praying, asking for help, exploring your options, um, receiving help, receiving help. Okay, so they want you to start praying if you're not doing it already, but to make it a daily habit to either express gratitude for what you have in your life at the time, or express the desire to receive help. And they are telling me that you're kind of a little bit on the emotional side right now. I don't know if this is all the time, or if you've just been going through it lately and it's been a difficult period for you. I understand. We all feel overwhelmed. Sometimes there are only so many things, so many balls we can juggle, and we get too many thrown at us, and it gets really, really frustrating, and we get frantic, and we get annoyed, and all these emotions come up, and then you just feel so very overwhelmed. Who's the child? Do you have a child? Are you trying to have a child? What is this? They're talking about a child. Can you give me some insight into that? Do you have a child? It's so funny because when my daughter was here, my daughter Madeline was here, and I have that little, like, it's like a remote control for my light switch. My light goes off sometimes by itself, and comes on in the middle of the night by itself too. Well, when my daughter Madeline was here, every every time I tried to turn my light on, it would just go right off. It would not stay on for nothing. She's a very, very sensitive kid. We've got 4 kids. Okay, what about the child? Is there a child that you have concern about right now, or a child that is that is going through something that is causing you a lot of concern right now? Could explain your emotional state. Hmm. And it could explain also praying and asking for help. Yes, 3 out of 4. Okay. It could explain those messages that I've received from your guides already, and it ties it all together. If you are worried, if your children are going through an issue, if you are overwhelmed and stressed and there's just too much on your plate, ask for help. Ask the angels, pray to God, pray to Jesus, pray to whatever you believe in, to whatever you believe in. And if you're an atheist, just pray to Kia. Just be like, Kia girl, I need you to help me get through this. Pray to your higher self if that is the case. Okay. So they want you to do that. They want you to ask for help. Um, the universe, your angels, your guides are not allowed to interfere because of your free will. Now, we talked about free will earlier. That is something that you get to consciously or unconsciously make the decisions in your life based on what you allow or do not allow into your life. And if you do not ask for help, they cannot give it to you. They cannot help you with anything unless it absolutely does not affect anyone else. Then they might step in and help you if it will not affect another single person, but the odds of that are slim. Okay, so it's very rare that they can do that. They can do that if you were going to be in a one-car accident. They can protect you, something like that. But like they can't step in and do anything without your express consent or request. All right. So ask for help, and you'll be surprised at how that help manifests in your life. Okay. You really will. Talk to me, and he's a Cancer. Oh, Marlene, we're doing paid readings tonight, honey. If you're interested in getting information about this Cancer and his attentions towards you, yes, it's been stressful for a long time. I will pray. That is the overwhelming message that I'm receiving from your guides is that they want you to ask them to help you. They want to help you. They want to help you get through this. They want something to change in your life. They want things to change for your children. They need you to request it. It's like working for a company. They're not just going to give you a random week off, and decide, arbitrarily when your vacation is. No, you have to put in the request for the time off and then they give it to you. It's kind of like that with your angels and your guides. Okay. Yes, I think that you are going to worry about him regardless, but yes, I do feel like there's a reason to be concerned. I do. I do. Does this have something to do with the law? Because I'm getting an overwhelming feeling about the law. Is this for your oldest son that I'm feeling this? Hi, Kylie from Australia. Hey, you. How are you doing today, Kylie? I love your name. What a gorgeous name. Swell. Guys, after I get back from Denver from picking up my car, I'm going to do free readings next Friday night. Okay? I just want everybody to know that. I'm going to do free readings next Friday night because yes, he's been bullied. Going to court over it. Was held at knife point. That's terrible. Yes, I am just concerned for him. I'm worried for him. You would be worried for him as a parent. I totally understand that. Um, and I feel like the law needs to be involved, like a restraining order. It's just terrible. It's terrible what children do these days, honestly. Some of them have just gotten so out of hand, like so very out of hand. Yeah, our children should be able to walk down the street or to walk in school or to school or back from school without fearing for their life. He's 14, that poor baby. That poor baby. That is terrible. Hi, Crystal. I feel for you, I really do. But I think that let's start praying to the angels about it, okay? Let's start praying to whatever you believe in. Like I said, I'm not going to make assumptions and say you can only do this, that, or the other. Absolutely not. You can pray to yourself. If you feel like you're the only thing um, hearing you, then pray to you. You know, pray to whatever you believe in. Yeah, it's a restraining order. We are waiting to see if child is charged or let back into school. We are thinking about playing him in homeschooling. I definitely am a big fan of homeschooling, especially in the society that we are living in right now, especially in your situation where your child um, was put in a very dangerous predicament by somebody. I do feel like if you pull them out before the decision is made that they're just going to let him back into school, this bully. So I think if you're going to make a decision, you need to wait and see what they decide. Okay? Don't wait, don't decide until after court. All right, because I feel like well the issue's no longer there, so he can go back to school and get his education. So keep that in mind, please, that if you make a decision about pulling him out for homeschooling before the court date, that will affect whether or not that kid gets to go back to the school. But if you're able to homeschool, I highly recommend it because, oh God, yeah, it's, I don't, I think I would definitely, I personally would definitely homeschool if there was a lot of violence. I mean, I have a daughter, but I know girls are terrible as well. Girls are sometimes the worst bullies. But yeah, I definitely, if you have the time to homeschool your child, then absolutely do it. I don't really agree with the politics and the curriculum that they are teaching children these days. So I'm all for it. But that's just me personally. That's not your guides saying one way or another. Your guides have simply said to wait until you find out what the decision is in court to whether or not you should homeschool, because I feel like they would just let that child back in the school. Alrighty. Crazy. What do y'all think? What kind of readings do you think we should do tomorrow night? My cat. Yeah. My cat is chilling. Right, Lucky? Yeah. You're welcome, dear. I'm terrified for my child. I would be too. I absolutely would be too. I will pray to the angels. Thank you so much. You have helped me so much. Thank you. Have a great day. You're welcome. Many blessings to you, dear, and protection for your children. Relationship readings? Oh, that'll be fun. So there's one vote for relationship readings tomorrow night. Does anybody else have an opinion of what type of readings we should do tomorrow night? Kara says, Kia, my neighbor's child is going through something similar with bullying, harassment over the summertime with phone calls and very cruel texts. The parents decided to pull their child out and now have him homeschooled. Kids are so cruel, but you've done the right thing by reporting these bullies to the police. I'm sorry you're going through this. Please remind your child how amazing they are and that being bullied isn't their fault. A lot of times it's out of pure jealousy. Sending you, well, that's all we get to see. That's all we get to see, Kara, but that's a beautiful message of encouragement. And thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate you. I really do. That's a beautiful message of encouragement. Absolutely. I think it's terrible the situation that children face. I feel like school has become very difficult for kids because of social media, because of everybody having a phone and being able to text and being able to find each other on Snap and all this. And it's just it feels like a lot of pressure the kids have, way more pressure now on them than they did when I was a kid, you know, 30 something years ago, going to school. It just feels like a very different environment now. There's a lot of social pressure, there's a lot of um, pressure from other kids to be more adult, to watch more adult things, to say more adult things, to do more adult things. And social media, yeah, yeah, you pretty much have to take all that away from them if you want them to just not be bothered or affected by the social environment of our society today. It's really difficult for children. It really is. And you can see it in the amount of kids that have anxiety and mental health disorders right now, that it's a lot of pressure for them. It really is a lot of pressure for them. It's hard for kids to get through childhood nowadays without having some kind of medication that they have to take, or something, having been to therapy. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, kids only went to therapy when they were abused. They didn't go to therapy for anything else. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that it was not as prevalent as it is now. When I was a kid, we could hide at home and feel safe. Nowadays, kids can escape. True, true. It's really hard for children these days. You're absolutely right. So I feel for them, and I hope we can think about that. Before I feel like kids are just getting the shit end of the stick these days. They're just having such a hard time, and it's rough for them, and it really is. And anything we can do to help them, um, you know, maybe limit their amount of time on social media, limit their amount of time, on YouTube watching things. Because my daughter was like, "Oh man, mom, she's 12. She's gonna be 13 next month, but oh man, mom, you gotta watch this musical Heathers. It's really hilarious." And we started watching it, and there are so many inappropriate sexual references and just extremely dark. And it's about bullying and all kinds of stuff in school. And she just thought it was great. And I'm like, where did you hear about this? Please tell me they didn't show you this in school, because nowadays you just don't know. Um, but it was on YouTube, and the first 30 minutes it was fine, and then it just got very, 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 very sexual. And I'm like, this is not appropriate for you. I don't think it's appropriate to be watching a musical where they're talking about hand jobs. It's just not appropriate. And I turned it off, and I was like, I just don't think that's. Where did you hear about that? And she's like, it's all over social media. It's very popular right now. And I was like, man, just it's rough. It's rough what kids are exposed to at such a young age. And I'm always kind of like leery about what they're being exposed to in school, um, what the curriculum is that they're being exposed to. And I just worry. I worry about my child. I worry about how that is going to affect her as she grows, the things that she's being exposed to in a social context out in society, the imagery and the ideals, and just the different concepts and stuff that they're being exposed to really worries me. And I don't know what I did, but we have 93 viewers right now, so I don't know what happened. But thank you all for coming in. We're just having a chat about society and what children are exposed to, and the bullying problem, and the social media, and just all the pressure that they are facing right now. Kids are so desensitized to so much. It's not right. That's true. That is true. Yeah, yeah, it's rough, dude. And my daughter is smart enough. She put a timer on herself. She only does social media for 30 minutes. Um, and then she put it on her phone. She only do it for 30 minutes. And I'm like, good for you. I'm proud of you. Because it also helped that my older two children are just like, I don't have TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I've never used TikTok. And I was like, yeah, me either. And that helps influence her decisions too, by what we are, people that she loves and respects, what we do, and so that's something that we need to be more aware of too, as parents, as role models for the younger generations. Like, they look up to us, they look to us to set an example for them, and we have to be consciously aware of that. What kind of example are we setting for our children? 103 viewers. Come on in, guys. We're just chatting about society. Come on in. Kitty, stop yelling at me. Stop it. Stop it. You're fun. You don't need to go in the closet, you weirdo. Yeah, but it's just, like, for example, my daughter has been a nail biter her whole life. She's had baby nails. She just bites, 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 and they're so tiny. And then one day she wanted to get fake nails. And I was like, okay, I know how hard it is for you to keep things on your fingernails. So we're not going to do the expensive, go get your nails acrylic, but we'll get the ones at the dollar store and we'll glue them on and see how you feel about them. You know, um, 'Cause she wanted to have nails. She never had nails, literally, even her own. She just chewing them right off. And so that's really, we tried it out, and she's like, it was okay for a minute, but I got tired of them, and I'm like, I knew that you would. Uh, but yeah, you should allow yourself, you should allow your children to explore different things, but also be there as a loving, guiding presence, um, to make sure that they don't put themselves in a harmful situation. You know, that's what we are supposed to do as parents. Not only are we supposed to raise them to adulthood, but we are supposed to give them a sense of, um, how to be a good human being, how to make good choices in life, when, a fairly decent sense of ethics and morals. That's what we are supposed to do as parents. To raise your children right is really, that's what it means. Not to make them exact copies of you, but to instill in them, human decency, you know. And I think in this day and age, a sense of compassion for our fellow man is really important. Respect for people is something that is definitely a dying breed, a dying trait, a dying, that we need to instill more of in our children. You know what I mean? I grew up wearing mini skirts in the high school, so I'm absolutely not an old prude, but some style these days are barely legal. Well, but Emma's school is pretty good about following a dress code. I don't know. I can't speak for all other schools. I absolutely cannot. But I appreciate the dress code that they have in South Dakota. She can't wear spaghetti straps or show any type of cleavage or have shorts that are shorter than her fingertips next to her leg. Um, and I appreciate that. I mean, I don't think children should be sexualized. I don't think children should be exposing their bodies at such a young age. Like I said, she's only 12, and I think that social media, um, and the influence of social media has a lot to do with how young people are participating, um, in things like that. activities that only adults should do, in my own opinion. Strictly my opinion. Strict, strictly my opinion. I don't think children are mentally mature enough and to understand the ramifications of those actions at such an early age like that, 12, 13, 14, 15. I just don't think that children um, understand everything involved in that, having sexual relations with people, the possible consequences of all of that. There is so much involved with that. you know I mean, think about it, guys. Think back to the first time you were with somebody. You absolutely fell in love, right? I mean, unless it was a traumatic situation where something was forced upon you. But the first sexual experience you had, you felt something for that person. You still know who your first person was. Am I wrong? Am I lying? You still know the first person that you ever had sex with, the first person that you probably had a crush on, fell in love with. Like, it creates a connection with this person that at such a young age you don't really understand what it means, and it can be misconstrued and create a very um, unhealthy relationship with a person that you just exchange bodily fluids with, and really they might not even feel the same way about you. You know what I mean? But kids, they don't understand that. They don't understand um, the intimacy involved in sexual relationships. It should be involved in sexual relationships. At that young age, they don't even know what intimacy is. They don't know what intimacy is. They don't have a sense of what intimacy is at their age. Teenagers don't have a clue. They only know what sex is. They only know what the physical aspect is, and but they have no idea how it affects you mentally and emotionally and socially. I mean, God, you have sex with somebody when you're in middle school and high school, and everyone's going to know about it. You know what I mean? And that affects your reputation, and how you're treated by your peers in school. It changes so many things, and I just think that's one of those things that people should wait. You should wait. As somebody who had sex for the first time at 14, okay, I definitely feel like I was not mentally, emotionally, physically prepared for that. You know, I did not know at 14 um, what it should have been like. You know what I mean? I did not know that. I did not know what to look for in somebody, what to avoid. I didn't know that there were boys or men out there who want to use you for your body. I wasn't aware of all that, and I think that's something that can be very confusing for kids, especially now with social media and everybody's twerking and everybody's grandbabies are twerking. I mean, that's terrible. It's terrible that you're, sexualizing kids, and really robbing them of their childhood. Sorry, I just kind of went on a rant there for a minute. I'm not trying to rant. I'm not trying, just sharing an opinion. We don't have any readings to do right now, because we were doing paid readings, and there were no um, there were no donations sent. So I was just having a chat with y'all, and I hope I didn't. I mean, I don't really care if I offend you with my opinions because they're mine, and I've stated repeatedly that they're mine, and this is my live stream, and these are my opinions, and you can sit and listen and agree or disagree, and it's fine by me. You can leave or stay, and that's fine by me too. Um, I'm using my voice. It is my right to express my opinion. I'm not hurting you. I might offend you. You might disagree, and it's perfectly okay for you to have a different opinion. You know, I think it's okay for people to disagree. I don't think we are all supposed to agree, because uh, that precludes conformity in an extreme that I am not comfortable with. But I think I think that yeah, sometimes people seek validation, especially kids. They seek validation just for their existence, and they'll try to find that in any way that they can. So raise your children right. Teach them how to respect themselves. Teach them how to be themselves, how to be authentic. Teach them how to accept other people for who they are and not want them to be like them, because, like I said, there is not two of the same person at all walking this earth. There is not. Even twins are not exactly the same. They're not. They're not genetically the same. They're very similar, but their personalities are not the same. They're not the same. They're just not the same. And there's no two people the same. We're all like snowflakes. We're just completely unique and lovely, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You know. Um, I had thought about perhaps doing some kind of mentorship program again. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. I agree completely with things you said. It's also very sad the way some parents act and then are shocked when their kids do the same thing. That is true. That is true, Elspeth. Sometimes people just don't see. Uh, they don't take the time to look and see what they're doing, or they're just so busy living their lives that they don't pay attention to, like I said, the example that they're setting. And kids do have a tendency to um, emulate the people that they love and their peers that they respect and care about. So you're right about that. But yeah, I was thinking about possibly doing my mentorship program again. It's a spiritual mentorship to help you do shadow work, process trauma, how to get into a state where you can trust your intuition, listen to your intuition, know what your intuition is. Different things that would be taught would be, like basic crystals that you could or should use, basic oils that you could or should use, basic techniques for grounding, um, all these types of things. And my personal experience with shadow work and the techniques that I developed for myself on how to deal with difficult memories and trauma and process those things. I was, thinking about doing that uh, spiritual spiritual mentorship program again. So if you would be interested in joining that, please send me a message on my page. And if I get enough people interested in that, then I will go ahead and set that up again. Um, that is it was a 6 week program that I ran before. So I'm not sure if I would do more or less time with that, but yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about the last few days. I've been thinking about possibly doing that again. And as some of you know, I did my car broke 6 hours from my home, and it is 2 states away right now being repaired. So I am going to do a little bit of a special for the next 3 days. We are going to do a 1 hour reading. For normally it's $100 for a 1 hour reading with me. We are going to do 60 for 60. Thank you. We're going to do 60 minutes for $60 for the next 3 days. That is the special that I'm going to have because I have to come up with buku bucks because my car is a pain in the ass and I keep having to fix it. And yes, it probably is some kind of a lemon, but oh well. And so that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. And What's going on in yours? But yes, we will be run that special for the next 3 days only. So it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. $60 for a 60-minute private video reading with me. If you would like to have it recorded, so you have a permanent recording of your reading, it's an additional $10 for a permanent recording of your reading. So it would be 70 for a 60-minute private reading until I have to go pick up my car. The special will be $60 for a 60-minute private reading. And if you're interested in getting that special, you can find me on Facebook, Misty the Medium 2, or you can contact me through my website, www.quantumcatalysthealing.com, and you can send a contact form to me and say, hey, I'm interested in getting the special that you talked about on your live on the 18th. Okay. And then we can go from there with about setting it up and so on and so forth. All right. So that is what I have to tell you. What else? Eric, I might have gotten to the point where you can't afford to stop fixing it. Honestly, I can't afford to stop fixing it. And like every time I turn around and something else happens, a low fender bender, or sliding on ice and wrecking the car on ice, or like this time the heater core went out when I was picking my kids up from the airport in Denver. And so it's just one thing after the other with this car. And it's like, I have to consciously think about having a good running vehicle every single day. I need to consciously manifest a good running vehicle every single day. I cannot skip days because when I don't think about it, things happen. So I need to consciously manifest a good running vehicle every single day. But since I don't currently have a vehicle, I will be concentrating all of my time over the next few days doing private readings for y'all if you're interested. Like I said, $60 for a 60-minute private reading. We did a few readings for people tonight, and of course, I will continue to do my live streams. Every night, possibly some in the afternoon, depending on how busy I am with the booked readings. But I will be doing a lot of spiritual work over the next few days. So please be aware of that. Please give this video a like, show some love, give a heart, like and follow the page if you're new to the page and you're just finding me. I do lots and lots of different types of spiritual readings. I am a medical intuitive, so I do medical scans for you. If you have something that is concerning you or you're worried about something happening in your body, I can connect to you energetically and do a little scan. And then my past life influence will give me, different diagnoses or different suggestions for holistic healing for yourself, for vitamins, nutrients, or what type of doctor you should go see if you do need to get medical help. Okay, so that's something that I do. I do past life readings. I connect to your past lives. I go into your energy and I pull forth whatever energy is resonating on the lives that have something to do, some type of influence on the life that you're living right now. So we'll do a couple different lives. Energy from that is how we do past life readings. Of course, we do future clairvoyant readings, as you've seen earlier. So we can go into your future timeline if you have a particular area that you would like to look at. I am a seer, so I see past, present, future. I can connect to your angels and guides, get their names and what purpose they have in your life right now. We can connect to source energy. I can do healing on you. I can balance your chakras over distance or in person. And I do quantum catalyst healing sessions, which is something that I developed myself which is extremely helpful for people as far as healing on an atomic level. So all of these different things and more, we can do career readings, we can do tarot card readings, we can do all kinds of fun stuff. Just let me know what you're interested in, if there's something in particular that you would like to look at. But like I said, I am thinking about doing this spiritual mentorship again. It has been brought up to me a few times, and I do pay attention when things get brought up to me more than once. I am absolutely flawless when it comes to pattern recognition. This is one of my strong suits. So if the universe keeps showing me something more than once, and it's like, okay, maybe that's something I need to take a closer look at. And maybe I need to take a closer look at doing spiritual spiritual mentorship again. And if that mentorship program, I am available to you over chat. There is a group chat where all the students or the mentees and the mentorship program are all part of the group chat. And so we can have discussions in the chat about things that we're learning in the class, or situations that we might be going through outside of that you could get some assistance with, or get other people's influence. And it does create an environment of camaraderie and family. I do have a lot of people that went through my mentorship program that continued to be friends after they finished the program, and are still close to this day. So just a lot of benefits to it, okay? A lot of benefits. So think about that. My mentorship program was $65 a week 4 years ago. So it might do $75 a week now, just because the cost of everything is so high. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do a 4 week program or a 6 week program again. So we'll think about that, okay? Not getting any answers when I went to the ER. Only some things, that's not the problem. I don't even think about getting with you for a scan. Well, here I am. Here I am. So, Crystal, I am, like I said, I got a special only for the next 3 days. It's $40 off of the regular price of $100. Okay. So, alrighty. Okay, but for in the meanwhile, I'm going to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I just feel like I'm just chatting, and I know I've got beautiful energy, and everybody loves it. It's just so great. Thank you so much, guys. But I'm going to give my son and daughter a call and make sure they got to Denver okay, and make sure they're doing all right, and that they returned the car. So I'm going to check in with them and make sure everything's good. Give this video a like, or a heart, or a laugh emoji is even fine too, because I'm hilarious sometimes. But or share it out with your friends. Okay, share it. Sharing is caring. I've been saying that for 6 years. Every time I've posted a live, I write in there, share out if you're kind, and that's really what it is. If you're kind, do kind things. You're not coming to Denver yourself. I am not. What happened was, I told you that my car broke, and I was supposed to come back to Denver with them today. We were supposed to leave and go back, and then drop them at the airport tomorrow, return my rental car, pick up my car from the shop, and then come home. But my car is not going to be ready at the shop tomorrow. They said maybe Thursday. So it just didn't make any sense for me to go to Denver and return the rental car, which had to be returned tomorrow, and then drive back, just to turn around and drive back again in a couple days. So I will be coming back when the car is ready, when I hear from the shop that it's done, that it's fixed. Then I will make arrangements to go to Denver and pick up my car. Actually, it's Fort Collins, but that's when I will make plans to go to Denver and pick up my car. Not until then. So I sent them without me to go ahead, go to Denver. I love you guys. Be good. Oh, yeah, it was terrible. I called this morning. I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling. So I called this morning, hey, how's my car? And they were like, oh, yeah, no, it's not ready. And I was like, you told me it would be ready by Tuesday when I came back to town. And they're like, no, no, we had to order the part from Aurora and it's just coming today. And I was like, son of a biscuit. I was like, geez. So yeah, so that's pretty much how it's going. And so I'm going to be trying to raise money over the next few days for all of those expenses, having to rent a car, expenses at a car shop. It's going to be $1,500 or $1,600. It's a minimum of $1,400, but then they add Freon on top of that because they have to recharge the system, and it's like it's going to be spendy. And so I'm trying to get all that. I know, but here I am, though. You get to see me here, but I will be in Denver, and I'm still thinking possibly about going to Oregon, to Jackson Hole. Some of the details of that event have kind of left me feeling maybe I don't want to do it. After all, it's just kind of feeling, I don't know if I want to go there per se, or if I want to go to the Oregon coast, and do a more private event that is like a weekend long, uh, like an actual retreat where people are with me for the whole weekend. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do right now. So I did pull the event. It's not published right now. The Oregon event that I was going to do on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. I pulled that because I'm still kind of like up in the air about whether or not I want to go to Jackson Springs, Oregon, and do that event there. So I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I might do it somewhere else. I don't know. It just things were not vibing with me. I'm all about the vibes. Things weren't vibing with me. I was feeling some type of way about it. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was making me feel. So I have to take that into account. I always trust my instincts and my intuition when I get a very strong message, like maybe we shouldn't do this. I really got to listen to it. So, if the details of that situation change, then I will definitely reconsider doing it in Jackson Hole Springs, I think is where it's located. But if it's whatever, we can always do it at a later date. It's not a big deal. But I definitely would love to go to Oregon and meet people on the West Coast. I've never been, so it's very exciting for me to go and broaden. Yeah, you got to do whatever works best with your intuition. Exactly. And that is something that I can help people get in touch with too, getting in touch with your intuition, learning where that message comes from, and learning how to give it space all the time, and listen to those messages all the time and not just some of the time. Like, for example, when I was leaving the house to go to Denver, I looked at my purse. And normally, if my eyes land on something, it's for a reason. I looked at my purse and I was like, I don't need that. I got what I need right here. And I left. I ignored the intuition, and I ended up needing a major credit card to rent a car, or it wouldn't have cost me $666 of all numbers, to rent a car. If I had had one of my major credit cards with me, then I could have just paid a regular rental fee. But no, I didn't listen to the intuition about my purse of all things. So now I know never leave home. Listen to you kids. Never leave credit card, because you never know if you're going to be in another state and need to rent a car and you have an out of state license and they're like, we need a major credit card. So let that be a lesson to you, kids. Let it be a lesson to you. Okay. Well, I've been chatting. I didn't ever drink the coffee, so I'm going to dump that out. Don't be upset. It's fine. There's more coffee. At my own, exactly. You think something simple like looking and noticing your purse. Nope. If I notice, um, if I notice my dog's food bowl, it's like, Oh, that's right, I haven't fed my dog. I gotta feed my dog. If I notice, like when I notice things, I'm like, there's a reason I'm noticing that. If my eyes land on my umbrella, I take it with me. Wherever you have and these are the types of things that I will teach you, this and so much more, in the spiritual mentorship program. It's this and a whole bunch of other stuff. Whatever your eyes fall on, pay attention to. Store it away in your brain. Remember it, and just listen to your intuition. Because I didn't, and then I had a hard time getting a rental car to come home. So that being that, I need to actually look and see what is available for Friday. Yeah. 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 Or when something pops into your head, pay attention, right? Listen to the guidance. Yep. Uh, I just sometimes I surprise myself with how I'm like, man, I should have done that, and nope, didn't do it. Nope. But lesson learned. All right. If you're interested in getting one of my specials, which is $60 for a 60-minute reading with $10 additional, if you're interested in getting a permanent recording of the reading, please contact me on my Facebook page, Misty the Medium 2, or you can contact me on my website, www.quantumcatalysthealing.com. Please like and follow my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, Misty the Medium. I usually live stream to both places at the same time. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope whoever got the messages and information and good vibes from me enjoyed it. And I will see you again tomorrow night. In the meanwhile,